Welcome to AI Brief, episode 114. I'm Amin.
And I'm Leah. We've got a packed agenda today, diving into some pretty significant AI advancements.
We sure do. We'll be digging into OpenAI's new reasoning models, O3 and o4-mini. There's a lot to talk about those.
And also Microsoft Copilot gaining some direct computer interaction abilities.
Right, and Claude getting autonomous research functions. Plus, we'll cover other AI news and some new tools.
Sounds good. So where should we start? OpenAI seems like the big one.
Let's do it. They've rolled out O3 and o4-mini. Greg Brockman's quote about a GPT-4 level qualitative step that's setting expectations high.
It really is. So O3 is the new top-tier model, right? Pushing state-of-the-art in, well, basically everything, coding, math, science.
And multimodal, too. Then there's a o4-mini. It's meant to be the faster, cheaper option, but apparently it's holding its own.
More than holding its own, it seems. Reports say it's outperforming previous mini models significantly, even doing well on tough benchmarks like that AME 2025 math test.
That's impressive for a mini model. Suggests maybe a big jump in efficiency.
Exactly. And what's really interesting is that both models can now use and combine all the ChatGPT tools.
You mean like web search, running Python code, generating images, all integrated?
Right, all together. But maybe the bigger headline is that they're the first models OpenAI has released that can apparently think with images.
Think with images.
Yeah.
What does that actually mean in practice, do you think? More than just seeing what's there?
I suspect so. Like maybe truly integrating visual information into the reasoning chain, analyzing a chart to solve a problem, not just describing the chart.
Okay, that could unlock a lot. And they also released Codex CLI, an open source thing.
Yeah, basically a tool to help developers connect these reasoning models directly into their coding workflow in the terminal. Makes it more practical.
So you combine these powerful reasoning engines, give them tools, add visual understanding. It feels like a pretty major step.
It does. Maybe that's step 4 on their ladder of intelligence they've talked about. Potentially moving towards AI, contributing more novel ideas, even scientific ones.
Interesting thought. Okay, let's switch over to Microsoft. Copilot Studio, getting a computer use feature. What's the story there?
This one sounds quite practical. It lets people build AI agents that can directly operate software on your computer. Websites, desktop apps.
So like clicking buttons, filling in forms, selecting things from menus.
Exactly. Automating tasks where there isn't a nice, clean API to connect to. Interacting directly with the GUI.
That could be huge for automating legacy systems or just repetitive tasks across different apps.
For sure. And the key is that it supposedly uses reasoning to adapt if the interface changes slightly. It's not just rigid screen scraping.
And Microsoft is stressing that the processing happens on their end, keeping business data separate from training data.
Which is important for enterprise adoption. It puts Copilot firmly in the UI automation space, which could be really valuable for businesses already in the Microsoft ecosystem.
Makes sense. Okay, how about Anthropic? Big upgrades for Claude announced.
Yeah, several things. Autonomous research capabilities and Google Workspace integration seem to be the main headlines.
Autonomous research. So Claude can go out, search the web, look through your files, and then synthesize an answer with citations.
That's the idea. The new research feature aims to do just that. And the Google Workspace integration lets it securely pull context from your emails, calendar, docs, etc.
So combining web data and personal work data for deeper insights, they're calling it deep research.
And for enterprise clients, they're also improving document search using RAG, making it easier to query large repositories or long documents.
It feels like these capabilities, web search, tool use, data integration, are becoming table stakes for top-tier AI assistants now.
It certainly seems that way. Everyone's adding them. Okay, should we run through some of the other news items quickly?
Yeah, let's do a quick roundup. What else caught your eye?
Well, Microsoft Research had that BitNet B 1.58 paper, a 1-bit model performing like larger ones. That could be big for efficiency, running AI on CPUs even.
Interesting. And Tencent's Fire Edit for image editing, using vision language models for precise edits based on instructions.
Right. Also reports that Anthropic's getting ready to launch a voice mode for Claude this month, with different voice options, apparently.
Okay. And OpenAI's testing partner, Meta, published analysis on O3 and o4-mini, mentioning a faster evaluation timeline. Progress seems rapid.
Indeed. Economist Tyler Cowen even floated the idea that O3 might qualify as AGI. That sparked some debate online.
Always does. Also, rumors about OpenAI potentially acquiring the coding startup Windsurf, formerly Codium, for quite a bit of money.
And xAI's Grok is getting Google Drive integration and some kind of collaborative Canvas feature called Grok Studio.
On the hardware front, new U.S. restrictions on NVIDIA chip exports to China impacting stocks.
And a biotech startup, Profluent, claiming they've found a scaling law for AI in protein design, more data, better protein designs.
Finally, Infinite Reality acquired TouchCast, the avatar tech company, added to their recent Napster acquisition. Busy times in immersive AI, too.
Definitely a lot going on. Before we finish, maybe a quick mention of those trending AI tools you found.
Sure, Google's VO2 video model is in the Gemini app now. There's KLING 2.0 Master, another video AI focused on prompt following.
Grok Studio we mentioned. Cohere has Embed 4 for multimodal enterprise search.
Nilly, that assistant using multiple AI models to compare answers. Spread Simple turns Google Sheets into websites.
Scrape Graph AI for turning web pages into structured data. Extrovert helps track customer mentions online.
And plus AI for making presentations. Lots of tools aimed at productivity.
It's quite the list. So yeah, from foundational model leaps to very specific tools, the pace just doesn't seem to be slowing down.
Absolutely. Well, that's our deep dive for this episode. We hope mapping out these developments was insightful.
From reasoning breakthroughs to practical automation, there's a lot to track.
Definitely. If you found this useful, please do follow AI Brief and consider sharing it with friends or colleagues curious about artificial intelligence.